So for you, so as so-called Americans, we got a right to say, you know what? Black men should not, Latino and Native Indian men should not be in the military. As much as you love to fight in war, unfortunately, your fight and your war is on the streets of this empire every day. Like while you was fighting for the last 20 years in Afghanistan and fighting for the last several years over there in Iraq, your brothers and sisters and mothers and fathers was dying of the drug trade brought in by different nefarious agencies of the same government you was fighting for. White supremacy, while you was over there fighting in that empire, white supremacy was emerging at a new high and had reached all the way to the White House with Trump. You was over there shooting and killing the Afghanistanians and shooting and killing the Iraqis, while white supremacists like the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers and the Skinheads and the Ku Klux Klan and Brigham Young and every other white supremacist group was emerging out of the dirt while you was giving your life on the other side of the world. While you was giving your life on the other side of the world, every white woman was out attacking black people to the point they started nicknaming them Karens. While you was out there in the Middle East doing what you was doing, black men was being shot to death in their cars, dragged out their cars, beat to death. Criminals was being allowed to overthrow whole areas of this empire. While you had that uniform on, trying to make sure that oil making it all the way to where Esau needed it to get to. Black people should be exempt from military service. We served the empire already. We served the empire since the days of slavery. It should be an exemption. When they start the draft or whatever they do, if it say black, Latino of American descent, or anything like that, you're supposed to be exempt from military service. But this monster is unjust. He thinks the opposite. He thinks you desperately need to be in the military. He thinks you wasting time sitting around not being in the military. I'm sorry, I'm running, y'all. Give me that scripture and let me get off. I forget there's all of us on this show. Salakia. You die real quick.
Sir. This is the book of 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 2. For men shall be lovers of their own selves.
And that's what's happened to this place. You were looking for the glory of Esau. You become a lover of yourself. You become a lover of yourself and join these churches, man, and teach young men to go over there and shave their beard off and put on that uniform and go kill other nations for unjust reasons, man. Not that I give a damn about the Arabs or Islam or Taliban or Afghanistan or none of them old desert-ass countries, because they ain't never did a damn thing for us. If anything, they participated in the slave trade with us. But for you now to go, I don't even understand this, man. General, I know y'all know this. Any black man in 2021 that is not considering the necessity of taking care of his nation, you are completely lost and blind. Even the simplest cat know that this is the time spiritually that black people and Latino people, Native Indian people got to now look towards taking care of themselves. And we're going to hit on that we're going to hit on that failed school system that they trying to dig up out the dirt in about 2 seconds. I'm going to finish this scripture and I'm going to let the generals back in. Read, you die, please.
For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemous.
Right, that's what they've produced. Proud boasters. You in the church, you think you something special. You think you great because you joined Esau's military. You want all the accolades that come with this evil world instead of turning your spirit and humbling yourself before Christ and beginning to build your people back before the Third World War come in, when you don't have nobody on your side but Christ. Read on. Let me just finish it real quick. You die, please.
Generals up. Sir. Disobedient to parents.
You disobedient to your parents, man. Your leaders, your people. Let me tell you something. I'm going to come back to it, but let me tell you, if I could, real quick. If you look at that footage, that raw footage of that Taliban, I ain't talking about the airport. You look at any raw footage of the Taliban, you don't see no women out there on the battlefield. You don't see no handicapped on the battlefield. Like, they got order with what they doing, even though they heathens. And there should be order among us to help ourselves. Go ahead, you die. I'm gonna finish up, General.